For the last few weeks, Dumont Nitro Gold has been popping up all over YouTube. But is this fragrance worth your money in 2026? Want to know the truth? Stick around, let's talk about it.
And you wanna write it down? Would it kill you just to listen?
What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to My 2 Cents 2.0. My name is Brian, and this is the channel that keeps you smelling great without breaking your bank. All right, here's the box, okay? Here's the back of the box. Here's the bottom of the box. Oh, it's upside down. There's the bottom of the box. I need to know something. Do y'all really care about the box? Or is it just a waste of my time and a waste of yours? Let me know. Drop me a comment down below. If y'all don't care about the box, I don't care about the box, and I would much rather just go ahead and get straight into the fragrance. I'm sure you've seen plenty about Dumont Nitro Gold. Everybody's getting their free bottles. Everybody's been doing their first impressions, saying it's this, that, and the other, and it's so good and getting so much hype. I paid for my bottle. I got it from Perfume Box a couple weeks ago, and I've been wearing it for the last 10 days whilst I was in Oklahoma. As you can tell, I put a pretty big dent in this. I wore it every single day, multiple times during the day. Let's spray her down. Let's get into it and see whether or not it's worth your money in 2026. All right, I don't know where to begin with this fragrance, except for the fact that as soon as I sprayed this on, it reminded me of Valentino Uomo, born in Roma. And from here on out, throughout this video, if I say Roma or Uomo, I mean Valentino Uomo, born in Roma. The name is just too freaking long. All right, so from the notes that they actually present up on Fragrantica, Perfumo, and from the actual Dumont website. So this says it has tangerine, apple, grapefruit, and pineapple off the top. What I actually get is a very, very synthetic, not in a bad way, but a very synthetic grapefruit and pineapple. It is kind of like a fruit bowl, all right? Imagine a fruit bowl drizzled in simple syrup, okay? It's pleasant. It's not photorealistic or anything like that, but it's a lot of just grapefruit, pineapple, drizzled with simple syrup. It's very sweet. It's got a little bit of zestiness to it, not a lot of rindiness, not a lot of piffiness. It's just a very sweet fruitiness. But shortly after that initial blast, you're also going to get black pepper. I get a lot of spice off of this. So much so, the first time I sprayed this on, I walked downstairs, walked straight into the bedroom where my wife was getting ready, and she started sneezing. She I don't want to say she's allergic, but whenever she's very sensitive to black pepper. If I put too much pepper on my steak, she starts sneezing, or any of my food. I like black pepper. The spiciness is nice, okay? I believe there's a little ginger in here as well. It doesn't say it in the notes, but I get a little bit of a ginger quality. It's a little crisp, it's a little clean, it's a little fresh, but that black pepper is pretty much the overpowering spice in it. Now, they say that there's pink pepper in this. I don't get a whole lot of pink pepper. If anything, what I think the pink pepper is doing is just adding to the sweetness of the simple syrup fruitiness that you're getting up top. In fact, the best way for me to kind of describe that fruitiness is if you get that like mixed fruit, like the fruit cups that's in that little like syrup. That's kind of what it smells like a Mott's fruit cup. Later in the composition, they say that there's cognac in this. I don't get any booziness in this. I don't really get that cognac. What I really get is a lot of saltiness, a lot of aquatic salty features in this. Some vetiver, possibly, but it's like a salty woodiness. I get a lot of amberwood. I get this really sweet toffee. And it's not overly sweet, like it's not bubblegummy sweet. It just has a lot of sweetness. So just think of like salted caramel. They say there's cedar in this. I don't really get the cedar. I just get a lot of that amberwood. And that amberwood is just a synthetic woodiness, kind of like ambroxan, but it's sweet. It's adding a nice woodiness to it. It's quite clean, but it's a very sweet woodiness. It's kind of like the glaze, the sugary glaze that goes on a donut, but just imagine that on top of a bunch of wood chips. They say there's vanilla in this. There's absolutely vanilla, and the vanilla is really adding to that toffee sweetness. Sandalwood, don't really get a lot of sandalwood. I do get some really nice dessert style musks. So this fragrance has a lot of sweetness going through it. It's not bubblegummy sweet, like I said before. There's just a lot of sweetness. Now, I've seen people compare this to Born Aroma Intense, and also Millesime Imperial. I don't really get the Millesime Imperial. I used to have that fragrance. This is not that. I think a lot of people are comparing it because it comes in a gold bottle. That has nothing to do with it, honestly. And that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Now, the one thing how this could remind people of Millesime Imperial is because Millesime Imperial had that salty, like a salted watermelon, like right off the opening of this. Everything that Millesime Imperial is, you know, it's got that salted watermelon up top, but it turns into something completely different. You know, that doesn't stick around the whole time. The saltiness in this comes later, the aquatic backbone of this. But it also, like I said, highly reminds me of Born Aroma. It reminds me of some of Born Aroma Intense. It's a good fragrance. Don't get me wrong. All right, let's talk about longevity and let's talk about sillage. Now, the longevity on this, I have got over 10 days. I got mixed longevity. Now, it could be because I sweat a lot. I was in Oklahoma. It was warm. It was windy. It rained. So it could have washed off. I don't really know. But my longevity on this was between 6 and 8 hours. Sillage on it, on the other hand, was good within the first 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes. It's only the reason I know that is because I timed it on a couple of days when I wore this and I wasn't working. It seemed like the more I perspired, this fragrance actually either just dissipated, it didn't really pump off my skin, all right? Now, it did get me compliments. When I first sprayed this on, well, I guess this was now almost 2 weeks ago, because I got 2 weeks ago. The first time I wore this, I got some compliments. My wife and I decided to go out. We did some shopping. We're doing some car shopping. We went out for lunch, and I got some compliments whilst I was out running around. So did my wife. She was rocking her Baccarat Rouge 540 Extra. She gets compliments all the time, probably because she's beautiful, and I'm just some homely looking cowboy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. I digress. But anyways, if you're looking for compliments, this is kind of a compliment style of fragrance. It's a designer style of fragrance. That Born Aroma DNA. It is a DNA that is built around mass appeal. If you're worried about compliments, if that's all you care about when it comes to fragrance, Dumont Nitro Gold, it's got you covered. Longevity is good. Sillage is so-so. It's okay. It might get better. It might get better as this matures, but I didn't give it time to mature. I decided to just go ahead and start wearing it every day for 10 days. What you get off of a tester strip compared to what you get on your skin is completely different. So don't base your thoughts on this just smelling it on a tester strip. Obviously, rock it, wear it. See for yourself. $44.99, I believe, is a good price for this. It's an extrait de parfum. I will also say that the Dumont magnetic cap, they've gotten better with it. Still not great, but it's better. They have improved. But is it worth your money in 2026? If you own Valentino Uomo, Born Aroma, no, it's not worth it. If you're looking for something to add to your collection because you're a collector, nah, okay, sure, why not? I like the Dumont line. They are synthetic fragrances. I just got to throw it out there. This does not have the photorealistic pineapple and grapefruit and tangerine and apple that some other designer fragrances have. You can smell the harshness as soon as you spray it on, but it starts melding together and it becomes something extremely wearable. I'm not saying this fragrance is not wearable. The ball's in your court whether or not you think this is worth it. I honestly don't foresee myself wearing this all that much. My wife, the spiciness she doesn't like it. Overly spicy fragrances, she's not a huge fan of. I like this fragrance. Now, that spiciness does stick around for a while. The aquaticness does stick around for a while. What you're left with when it fully dries down is just that sweet woodiness, mixed in with a little bit of salt. So there's still some salinity there. The guys on my crew, they like this fragrance. The young guys, let me rephrase that. I got a few young guys. Well, they're all young compared to me, but a few very young guys, you know, still teenagers. But yeah, they like this. It also kind of has Yellow Dream. All right, Womo Yellow Dream in there. I forgot to say that. If you've stuck around, thank you. But yeah, it's got a little bit of that with that pineapple. But you can get this for 45 bucks. You can get Born in Aroma for like $90 at discounters. And that's for a 3.4 ounce. Still not a bad price. This, the longevity, pretty much, you know, about the same. Could get better. I guess my final words on this, sure, it could be worth your money. I think it's overhyped. I think a lot of people are just spraying it, you know, getting it for free, spraying it, and letting you know, like, hey, go get this fragrance. It's this good. It's okay. I mean, let me rephrase it. It's good for what it is. For me enjoying it, it's okay. It's not really the DNA that I would reach for. I would rock Coral Fantasy over this any day of the week. The truth, I don't think it's worth all the hype. I think there's better fragrances out there. I think this is just another mass-appealing fragrance from Dumont. They tend to do that. They tend to, you know, reach for those very mass-appealing fragrances. My actual favorite from the Dumont line is just the straight-up Pour Homme, the one in the doo-doo brown bottle. It's more mature. Kind of reminds me of Lafayette Street or Nico's Sculpture. But that's a great fragrance. I like the white florals, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that's it. Let me know down in the comments if you've tried Nitro Gold. What are your thoughts? Do you like it? Have you been rocking it? Do you think that it smells like Millesime Imperial at all? Have you ever smelled Millesime Imperial? Let me know. That's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's content, then do me a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, keep smelling great and stay frugal. And I'll see you in the next one.
And you wanna ride it down, would it kill you just to live?